So do you see rail travel in a sort of similar situation that air travel would have been in maybe 10, 15 years ago, obviously with the recent liberalization of the rail market in Europe?
Yes, yeah. On certain areas, obviously, it is far behind. On certain areas, like a technology, customer service, it's only a few years behind. So, of course, it depends what we are talking. But I think the train travel becoming more and more free market, then it will see rapid changes in the future.
It's just going back to Jerry for your insight into this. I mean, how do you see the future passenger experience in sort of the next 5-10 years between rail and plane journeys? How do you see that panning out? Do you see improvements there?
I think there has to be honest, and I think as Patrick pointed out, there's a point at which rail and air overlap in terms of when I'm making a choice to travel over a certain distance in a certain period, and I think beyond that, then certainly for shorter distances, rail travel, I think it's probably its biggest competitor. It's probably its own attitude in terms of the service delivery. I think there are lots of potential alternatives to rail travel that will emerge, and that's not just about using road and other, but it's the way people are working. If we look at the reasons why people are taking those short journeys, particularly business passengers and increasingly kind of leisure people, it's kind of to meet other people. And in today's world and over the next 5-10 years, a lot more of that is going to be done using the technology that we're using right now. So people will probably, certainly in business, will be prepared to meet face-to-face less and less. And we're already seeing that. A lot of organisations have, say, a day a month where there's a no travel policy. And that itself is prompting the greater use of technology, and there will be a legacy from that. And that will hit or has the potential to hit rail companies hard, I think. I think in terms of the airlines, it's there's a lot of investment in technology, and which is fantastic, and the experience of flying is so much better than it was a few years ago. But I think again, it's got to be people-led and not technology-led for the sake of it. And for example, one of the big carriers in the States has recently launched an app that allows you to track your baggage, so that when it's lost, you know where it is. To my mind, that's kind of solving the wrong problem. As a passenger, that just flags up. There's such a high certainty that we're going to lose your bags that we've invested in creating an app to tell you that when you're on your flight from London to Singapore, your bag's on its way to Los Angeles. So I think there's a real a balance between the technology and actually what people really value. And I think that the value proposition, to go back to your original question, the value proposition is really based on understanding what the people mean by value, what's of value to them.